States. Art, you're next. Welcome. Hi.
Hi, Ray. My point is this. You know, the facts speak for themselves on this Minneapolis situation. I've been a lifelong Democrat, and I converted to conservatism when I was 58. I'm 74 now. And what prompted me to change was that a friend of mine challenged me and said, because I was ragging on Rush Limbaugh back then, why don't you give him a listen for 2 weeks? And then we'll have this conversation. And when I did listen to him for 2 weeks, I discovered I was a conservative. And then I started discovering talk radio and the conservative viewpoint. My point is that once I started hearing the truth, then the rationale for what was going on began to sink in. And this is what I'm talking about concerning Democrats, especially that caller who called in and accused you of being a fascist. Well, listen, have the Republicans start to hammer home the facts. Look, these people are illegal. They're causing trouble. We're trying to deport them. And when you come to a protest meeting, hey, I'm from the 60s. When we used to protest, the majority of us would stand on the sidewalk with signs and we would shout from there. We wouldn't go running into the street and try to stop cops from what they were doing. We had more sense than that. And that's what needs to happen to these people. They need to be hammered home with the truth by conservatives consistently, the way the mainstream media hammers home their information consistently.
I wouldn't disagree with that. Thank you, Art. Wouldn't disagree with that at all. That story from China. China's top general has been accused of leaking nuclear secrets to the U.S. and accepting bribes. President Xi Jinping is purging the country's most senior military leadership. This guy, General Shang Zhao, 75 years old, was one of Xi's most trusted military allies until he leaked core data on China's nuclear weapons to the U.S. And according to the Wall Street Journal, it's pretty much a fact. The Shang, who was the first ranked vice chairman of the Central Military Commission, was officially placed under investigation on Saturday. In China, that probably means something pretty damned ugly. He was detained by the military corruption investigators earlier in the week. And it's got to be embarrassing for Xi Jinping, because this guy was his closest military confidant. And he's probably going through his head now. President Xi is going, what have I told the guy? What have I told the guy? And what did he tell the Yanks? As well as leaking nuclear secrets, the general is accused of accepting bribes in exchange for official promotions from his own, before leaking the technical information to the CIA for personal gain as well. So he was taken from both sides. Oh, man. Tough one. We know he's probably going to be fed to the dogs for real. Something they like to do there. The Chinese state media has accused him and some other generals of threatening the Communist Party's absolute leadership, as well as undermining the system of ultimate responsibility, which rests with President Xi. In addition to be one of Xi's most trusted military officers, as I mentioned, Shang comes from a long line of communist heroes with decades-old connections to the president's family going back to the Chinese Civil War. Wow, this has really got to be hurting the old man, the president. So the investigation into Shang follows a year of chaos in the PLL rocket force, which manages, Beijing's nuclear triad. This week's purge is seen as another big military overhaul that has been going on in China since the last one, this big, was in 1971. So it's been a while. So I guess they were overdue. Huh? Hour number 3 coming up. I want to share some facts about who's leaving California and how many bodies have left. I saw these numbers this morning, and I about died. I couldn't believe it. We'll be right with you. 1959 masterpiece, and some like it cold. And some like it big, and some like it small, especially in the world of real estate. Buying or selling, you can go to the agency that has 160 faceless agents that are all stumbling over themselves to represent you and your property. And small might be the best of all when it's the team approach, like the Zuber team. The Zuber team is literally a handful of very seasoned real estate agents. The leader of this team is Daryl Zuber, who's been at it exactly as long as I've been on the radio, 55 years. And if we don't know our stuff by now, then neither one of us should be doing what we're doing. This team approach has a number of different programs to ensure that your place sells. If there are repairs to be made to your existing property, new paint, a new roof, they'll take care of it and settle up at the end. Nothing out of your pocket right now. Click Zuberteam.com, Z-U-B-E-R, and find out so much more. Some do like it small. It worked for me. I know it will work for you. The Zuber Team. Welcome to the table.
Weekdays at Blue Oak Grill, there's something fun for everyone. Karaoke, line dancing, tap takeovers. Check our website for details. Big games need a big, loud crowd. Make some noise.
Welcome to the table.
It's the Big Game Watch Party, February 8th at
Casino Resort.
Right now, every penny counts, so make sure you protect your home, your family, and your wallet by having your heater inspected for potential leaks of dangerous fumes. Call MLS Contracting Services, otherwise known as Morris Levin and Son Contracting Services. They can do a system efficiency check, inspect and test all safety limits, as well as inspect and replace your filters. Other optional services include checking and adjusting your fan belt, tightening all electrical connections and lubricating motor bearings, testing the ignition system, as well as verifying system controls. Maintenance on your heater or furnace could save you on costly repairs in the future. So trust MLS Contracting Services, your contracting specialist with 90 years of experience. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all year long for your commercial and residential needs. MLS Contracting Services. When you want it fixed right, guaranteed. Call today, 686-8561.
Listen up, growers. Bloom's coming early this year. Pressures are intense. Thank God for limestone fertilizer. This stuff's a total game changer. The ultimate beast for your crops. LSU is a killer 3-in-1 that absolutely demolishes powdery mildew, rust, blight, assorted scales, all at lower rates. The super efficient
789 actually took off physically and moved on. So who are these, companies? They're all over the place. Mostly higher ups, taking their populations with them, their working populations, finding states, amenable for their job population.